Night settles over a forest blooming with new life after a catastrophic fire. And passing through is an adolescent stegosaurus accompanied by a hatchling. In an environment lit only by the stars and the moon, they cannot rely on their vision to navigate. Instead, they listen to find their way. However, they aren't the only ones who are listening. Hatzgeopteryx, an avian predator. This one is known as King. He soars above the burnt forest, listening for a potential meal. And he hears something. He descends to investigate. The stegosaurus pair runs for cover, hearing the wing beats of the Hatzgeopteryx. King waits and hears something. He follows the sound. The stegosaurs quietly creep from their hiding place, away from the sound of King's searching steps. The sound of their footsteps is just enough for King to determine their general direction. King draws nearer, pausing occasionally to make sure he's still on the right path. He stands perfectly still, listening. The hollow bones of the Hatzgeopteryx make its footfalls very quiet, but when actively stalking its prey, he becomes almost undetectable. The stegosaurs continue on their path and cross the river in an attempt to distance themselves from their pursuer. Finally, King has caught a glimpse of his prey. He soars across the river. The sound of his wing beats let the stegosaurs know that they have not yet shaken the predator. The Hatzgeopteryx creeps closer, and the adolescent stegosaurus is able to hear his barely audible footsteps. In the darkness, however, they have no chance of spotting him. King picks up his pace, and the stegosaurs do the same. Target spotted. He calculates and moves in. Panic sets in for the stegosaurs, and they turn to face their attacker. King opens his beak wide and snatches the hatchling stegosaurus. The adolescent swings its thagomizer and lands one of its massive spikes in his leg. Nevertheless, he runs to take off and lifts the hatchling high into the air. It swings its own tail and strikes King multiple times in the face, but not enough to make him let go. At least not until he reached a high enough altitude. An instant death. This small meal will have to sustain King until he secures his next kill. But the sound of struggle has attracted someone's attention. And she is not alone. The entire pack of Deinonychus challenge King for his kill. He watches for a moment. His wounds made him unsure of whether he could fight them off. The Deinonychus leap at him. King decides to retreat. He lets them know that he is irritated. King has given up. It is impossible to determine when the Hatzgeopteryx will have his next opportunity to hunt. It takes much energy to catch a meal, and losing this one may cost him dearly.